Oh, there's Liana. Good, she's here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Our first song today is Angels We Have Heard on High. Stand if you like, sing along please. You at home too? Angels we have heard on high, sweetly singing o'er the plains, and the mountains in reply echo back their joyous strain. Gloria in excelsis Deo. Gloria in excelsis Deo. Shepherds, why this jubilee? Why your joyous strains prolong? Some would let some tidings be, which inspire your heavenly song. Gloria in excelsis Deo. Gloria in excelsis Deo. Come to Bethlehem and see him whose birth the angels sing. Come adore on bended knee Christ the Lord, the newborn King. Gloria in excelsis Deo. Gloria in excelsis Deo.
Michael. Welcome everyone to Taos UCC, where everybody's welcome no matter who you are, no matter what you believe or used to believe or want to believe. You are welcome here. If you are here to this house of prayer, it belongs to you. So this morning, first of all, are there any announcements? Hearing none. Okay, so I'm going to ring the chime. If everyone could get seated in a nice comfortable seat with your feet flat on the floor and take a deep breath in.
What, Millie, you're just crazy.
And good. Okay. Hi, Jamara. Welcome. Oh, so happy to see you.
You guys.
So back to the breathing. Let's take a deep breath in and out. Let's breathe in all the blessings and breathe out all the worry. And I am pleased to announce that our partner, Reverend Liana Rowe, has been part of the creating of this whole service, and she will be our preacher today. The opening prayer, which she chose, is a reading of Psalm 146, an adaptation. Praise the Creator. I give thanks to the Great Spirit from the place of my deepest longing. I will continue to lift up my heart as long as I live, and to sing of my gratitude all my life long. God's infinite love is centered on those who remain steadfast in the face of overwhelming odds. God stands with the refugee dying of exposure in the desert borderlands, and with those drowning in the Mediterranean Sea. God remembers the people who get in the way of the black snake. God stands with the displaced, the migrant, the indigenous, the descendants of people enslaved. And God asks us to do the same. And I pray for those who stand defenseless when their weapons are removed, when without tear gas, riot gear, stun guns, rubber bullets, prison walls, or armored vehicles, they stand naked before God, but welcome in the human family. Our opening song this morning that we will sing while we light candles is We Three Kings. This is the celebration of the Magi. And so we ask that you come forward, take a candle and light it, place it in one of the sand bowls, and have it represent your prayer for today, your request for today.
We three kings of Orient are, bearing gifts we traverse afar, field and fountain, moor and mountain, following yonder star. Oh, star of wonder, star of night, star with royal beauty bright, westward leading, still proceeding, guide us to thy perfect light. Born a king on Bethlehem's plain, gold I bring to crown him again, King forever, ceasing never, over us all to reign. Oh, star of wonder, star of light, star with royal beauty bright, westward leading, still proceeding, guide us to thy perfect light. Frankincense to offer have I, incense homes a deity nigh, prayer and praising, all men praising, worship him, God most high. Oh, star of wonder, star proceeding, guide us to thy perfect light.
Finding it. That's it. Okay, thank you. Oh, you got it all on one page. Okay. Okay. This is reading number 1, and it's from Matthew chapter 2, verses 1 through 12. In the time of King Herod, after Jesus was born in Bethlehem of Judea, wise men from the east came to Jerusalem asking, "Where is the child who has been born King of the Jews? For we observed his star at its rising and have come to pay him homage." When King Herod heard this, he was frightened, and all Jerusalem with him. And calling together all the chief priests and scribes of the people, he inquired of them where the Messiah was to be born. They told him, "In Bethlehem of Judea, for so it has been written by the prophet, and you, Bethlehem, in the land of Judah, are by no means least among the rulers of Judah, for from you shall come a ruler who is to shepherd my people Israel." Then Herod secretly called for the wise men and learned from them the exact time when the star had appeared. Then he sent them to Bethlehem, saying, "Go and search diligently for the child, and when you have found him, bring me word so that I may also go and pay him homage." When they had heard the king, they set to, and there ahead of them went the star that they had seen at its rising until it stopped over the place where the child was. When they saw that the star had stopped, they were overwhelmed with joy. On entering the house, they saw the child with Mary, his mother, and they knelt down and paid him homage. Then, opening their treasure chests, they offered him gifts of gold, frankincense, and myrrh, and having been warned in a dream not to return to Herod, they left for their own country by another road.
Good morning. So nice to see everybody on there. I am the lucky reader of reading number 2, which is a beautiful piece. So thank you for choosing it. Lessons from the Wise by Reverend Lynn Hinton. So much of their journey relied upon faith, to believe in the light of a star, to see it as a sign to pack up and go, to be so enamored by this great pull, this yearning, that they bundled up gifts and headed out without certainty that any of it meant a thing. So much of their journey relied upon imagination. Envisioning something holy was within their reach, something bigger than themselves, greater than what they read in books, what they said they knew. To be so swept up in the adventure that they left everything to search for what they did not understand, but ultimately had to see. So much of their journey relied upon persistence, to go through kings and government to find the babe, to dismiss the disappointment and embrace the surprise that it wasn't quite what they expected. He wasn't quite the royalty they sought, but they worshiped him anyway. They followed through with their truth and did not turn away. So much of their journey relied upon courage, to pay attention to dreams and heed their warnings, to put aside the maps and plans and take a different path,
walk in a new way along an unknown road. They were willing to travel in mystery. The journey of this life is never what you think. Stars leading to stables, the divine showing up in the least expected place, a dream sending us on paths we had not counted on. But if we are willing to be wise like these visitors to God's birth, then we go when we are called. We bundle our gifts and we go, with faith and imagination, with persistence and courage. We go with friends, looking out for each other, and we go expecting nothing and coming home with everything.
And now we have Liana. You're muted, sweetie.
I didn't want you all to have to listen to me clearing my throat all the time. Good morning. It's like a real privilege to get to share this time with you. Thank you for the space. I'd offer a prayer to open with. Mysterious God of comings and goings, of good choices and difficult dilemmas, we invite your spirit to be with us in this moment. We seek to be moved toward new understandings. Amen. Here we are. We've made it to the season of the Epiphany. Yesterday marked the Feast of the Epiphany in our Christian tradition. And from now until Ash Wednesday, our scriptures tell the story of Jesus' life. I don't know how Linda knew last week what I was going to be talking about this week, but she set the stage very nicely with her wonderful message about new insights as we age. And she engaged Luke's gospel. Today, we visit with the gospel writer known as Matthew. Matthew was
unless we do what Hebrews chapter 12 tells us to do. So you already
let's see, where was it? Matthew was a rabbinic Jew from the 1st century of the current era. Matthew's ideas about Jewish law and a historical narrative refer us back multiple times to the Hebrew Bible. In this Gospel of Matthew, the writer treats the Hebrew scriptures as a foretelling. Referencing Micah when Herod asks where the baby would be born. As I understand the scholarship on the Hebrew Bible, the prophets were not considered to be fortune tellers at all, but important truth sayers in the courts of royalty. I really liked how the Matthew text and today's poem play well together. The poem is written by my UCC clergy colleague, Lynn Hinton. She's a very gifted writer. I think you might agree after hearing that. Lynn serves as the conference director of the New Mexico Conference of Churches, and we do have her permission to spend time with her work today. She begins, so much of their journey relied on faith. It brings to mind for me our own faith journeys. If I'm allowed to stretch into a metaphor, I see us as magi in seeking a rich faith life in community with one another. The magi sought counsel in Herod's land, followed a star, and traveled with gifts from their own communities in Persia and Sinai and Yemen. So what journey did you take to arrive here in this very progressive Christian congregation? Some of us started in very theologically conservative churches, some in the Catholic Church. Some of us are lifelong UCC members, and some didn't attend a Christian church at all until they came here. What did you used to believe? What do you want to believe? What do you never want to believe? What do you think you believe now? When we are asking such questions, seeking new or bigger truths, author Lillian Firestone suggests that the best thing to do is wait. That knowing what the right answer is in the moment may be factually correct, but the problem with it is that it is dead. To touch something that is unique, alive, calls for a search. Is this really true right now? But waiting even a split second takes courage. The courage to search inside ourselves for what is more true, for the deeper wisdom in each of us. And it needs space and a little time to appear. So much of their journey relied upon imagination. So we start our faith journey in one place and something captures our imagination. Something sparks our desire to learn more, to see more, to embrace more. Early in my discernment about going to seminary, I kind of discovered that there are a whole lot of texts written in Hebrew, Greek, and Aramaic that are not included in the collection that we know as the Bible. That fact captured my imagination, and I went on a journey looking for and studying those texts alongside our Bible. First sermon I ever preached was using text from the Gospel of Thomas. Good thing that by then I was attending a very progressive seminary and was a member of a very progressive church. I would have been labeled a heretic and thrown out of some other settings. When you go looking into writings outside of this passage in Matthew, you discover some very different views of the narrative. For example, did you know there's a whole series of infancy gospels that tell of Jesus's young life? So taking the cue from those writings, some say that nativity sets are best used on Epiphany when the Magi visited a 2-year-old Jesus. Those kind of nativity sets would probably not have a swaddled babe lying on the donkey's feed for the night. The idea that Jesus was 2 years old in Bethlehem is based, among some other esoteric details, on the use of the word child in the Gospel of Matthew versus the use of the word babe in Luke's account. Anyway, we use our imaginations to lead us to new, ever-changing understandings of this life that is so much bigger than ourselves. So much of their journey relied upon persistence. The Magi slogged through desert on backs of camels, possibly for over 2 years, to seek an explanation of that star. What have you persisted through to arrive at your current beliefs? What new truths has your persistence rewarded you with, both within your self-understanding and your understanding of what it means to be part of a faith community and a wider community? So much of their journey relied upon courage. Psychologist and author Susan David says, courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is fear walking. It takes courage to acknowledge fear enough to begin walking. To where would your fear have you walk? Like the bison face first into the driving blizzard? Or like the ostrich? Both acts are courageous. Or actress Dorothy Bernard said that courage is fear that has said its prayers. It takes courage to acknowledge fear enough to begin to pray. What would your fear have you pray for or about? I wonder how many times the Magi asked themselves, what the heck are we doing? It's dangerous out here. We might be lost. We only think we know what that star even means, much less how to get there. I don't know what Magi prayers would be like. Would they be intercessory to a one deity seeking to be rescued from themselves? Kind of like Anne Lamott prays during her recovery journey. Help, 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 help. Amen. Courage keeps company with persistence. The more you keep trying to move through or past or beyond something, the more it builds confidence and the courage to keep trying. The journey of this life is never what you think. Stars leading to stables, the divine showing up in the least expected place, a dream sending us on paths we had not counted on. But if we are willing to be wise like these visitors to God's birth, then we go when we are called. We bundle our gifts and we go. With faith and imagination, with persistence and courage. We go with friends, looking out for each other, and we go expecting nothing and coming home with everything. I believe that writing about, struggling with, and studying the stories about the life, work, and death of Jesus, humans contribute to his ongoing presence among us, thus creatively transforming Jesus' presence in each of our life stories. Jesus' most important contribution was to show, in a new way, how God exists in the world through our action and compassion. Jesus showed a way for God to act in the world through humankind, rather than over and above. That the vulnerable child modeled persistence in living into his self-understanding gives us the courage to be actively compassionate in our community. In the last stanza of that poem, you didn't get to hear yet, so much of our journey relies upon our willingness to go beyond what we see, putting aside what we know, opening ourselves to new ways of finding God, different paths to travel, acceptance of what meets us at arrival, and the belief in the great promises that we have all we need to go where it is we are meant to be. Amen and blessed be.
Thank you, Liana. Wonderful message. And now we're going to have 2 minutes of silence. Use it as you wish. And Michael will bring us out with a song.